It's all about the wedding. And I've got my dress. I have some body care products, even a little makeup, and then some other miscellaneous items. Stay tuned. Hi, and welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Well, it's all about the wedding for me. My grandson Tristan, he's our oldest grandson, he's 27. He's getting married on March the 8th in Gastonia, North Carolina. It's about maybe 35 miles from Charlotte. I've got my dress and I'm going to show you that first. Here it is. It's called Champagne as far as the color goes. To me it looks like a more of a golden background or undertone, a little peachy golden. You know, sometimes champagne can have some pink undertone in it, but I don't think this one does. But anyhow, I'll insert a picture or a clip of me actually with it on. But I just wanted to show you some of the detail. Look at this. I think this is beautiful. This band goes all the way around to the sides, and it's got a little bit of gold flecks in it. And then the sleeves are kind of clear, see-through, but very, very flowy, as you can see. And then down here in the front, it hangs in pleats. And then this is the back. Now it is a V-neck, and normally I don't do well with V-necks because, you know, I don't have enough here. Nothing ever fits right when it's a V-neck. It's too much material going across my breast, but I'm just going to make it work. Now, of course, it's wrinkled. I haven't, ironed it yet, or I don't know. I guess I'd have to steam it. Let me know. It's made out of like a chiffon on the outside and kind of a silky lining underneath that. So I don't know if an iron can go on that, but I do have a steamer. Now, it's not the length I wanted. I did not want a long dress. I wanted what I call a T-length dress, or more of a midi dress, something that's maybe 6 inches above the ankle. And this is only about maybe 2 inches above the ankle. But I found a woman here in my community who does alterations. And I met with her the other day, and I'm going back tomorrow, and then she's going to look at it on me, and we're going to decide if, I should hem it about 4 inches, which she will have to do, or just leave it as is. Now, I really do need your help because, I haven't been to a formal occasion, oh my gosh, probably 21 or 2 years ago, since my middle son got married, and he's 54 now. I think he'll be 55 in March. I can't remember. But anyhow, I had this jacket. Now let me show you this jacket. It just has a little bit of a full sleeve, and then it just hangs straight. It's kind of boxy. But it's the same color as the dress. I mean, it really is. It blends beautifully. And I got this two or 3 years ago at TJ Maxx. As you can tell, it had been marked down a couple times because of these red tags. And at the time, I had no intention of going anywhere to wear it because it's kind of a silky material and dressy. But I thought for $8, if I ever needed something like this, I was going to pick it up then, because that's how I shop. Well, since it's sort of boxy, no buttons or anything here, and it's a little long. I don't know if you can see the length of it. I guess it comes to, kind of the top of your legs. And I don't think that looks right. And this is a little too plain for me. So the alterations lady said that maybe she could ruche it on the sides like this to just give it a little style, to just kind of bunch it up on each side. Or maybe make this a lot shorter, cut it off and just make it more kind of waist length. So I'm excited to see what she thinks she can do with it, and I'll find all that out tomorrow. So do you all think that, wearing the same colored jacket as the dress will be okay? I mean, they're almost identical. At least it's like a monochromatic look, and I like that. So let me know what you think. Now, I'm having a problem when it comes to shoes because I just buy cowgirl boots. I have very few dressy shoes. I do have a pair of gold, kind of strappy with a block heel, but they're not an enclosed shoe, and I'm not a sandals girl. So the only other shoes I have are these. Now these have gold back here. They're trimmed in gold, all around the heel and up the side. And there's a little bit of gold back here. I love the style. I like this cutout. And it's not too high of a heel for me. The problem is the color. It's a tan, like I don't know, maybe a nude color. And I don't know that it goes with this because this is more of a warmer shade and this is more of a cooler shade. And I just don't know if that matches. What do you think? Now, as far as a purse, again, I don't have a big selection of purses. But I have this one that I actually got at Goodwill about 4 or 5 years ago. I've never used it. It is the softest material, like a leather. And it's got this pretty little design on the top. And then inside, it's gold lined. And, it's big enough that I can take my phone and a few things. And it has a gold chain strap. So I thought, well, this will look good because if I'm accessorizing with gold, that'll work. Let me show you the difference between this jacket and bag, since the jacket is the same color as the dress. Do you think that matches or not? What would you do? Maybe get a little gold bag, or I don't know. And of course, I'm not going to have one that matches the shoes because these shoes are tan. And then does it matter if I did take this bag? These shoes, they don't match. Does that matter? I'll tell you what, I ordered a pair of my favorite cowgirl boots. I'm only wearing these shoes during the actual ceremony because Tristan asked me to say a prayer during the ceremony, offer up a prayer for them, which I am so honored to do. So I'll wear, whatever kind of shoe if I can find one, unless you guys think these will work. But as soon as that's over with, the cowgirl boots come on. That's what I dance in. That's what I like to wear. Now, I looked and looked for a pair of kind of ankle length cowgirl boots in like a muted gold. Couldn't find any. I looked online and I just didn't see anything that I wanted or that I had in my mind. So I thought, well, what other color could I wear with this champagne colored dress? And my favorite cowgirl boots are made by Coconuts. I don't think they make them anymore. If they do, they're not available. I don't know where they're from or anything, but I have a white pair that I have worn for, probably 7, 8 years that I love. Well, I searched and searched to see if I could find a pair in gold. No, didn't make them. But I did find them in oh, I'd call it a cognac. How do you say that word? Cognac. It's on the brown side, but more of a light brown or a golden brown. Anyhow, I don't have them here to show you, but I'll insert a picture up here. I found them on Amazon. And so they're coming. I don't know if they're going to look right, but at that point, I'm not going to care. I'll look presentable at the ceremony. After that, it's me all the way. Me and my cowgirl boots. I don't care what color they are. Now, I'll be wearing all gold accessories. You know, just little dainty gold earrings and a dainty little gold bracelet. And that's probably about it. Dave's suit should be here today. He is in the wedding. He's one of the groomsmen, and they're all wearing black suits. So he rented one. And my brother-in-law, Ken, who will be going with us, he's already got his clothes. I've already ironed them. He's good to go. And then there's me. I still have to get my dress altered and get this all together before we leave next Thursday. So that's less than a week. So let's hope it all works out. Now, I don't talk about, makeup and stuff like that. I'm not a big makeup girl at all. But I did get some things, and some things that I've already had that I want to show you. Now, I do self-tan most all year round. I don't need to so much in the spring and summer because here in South Carolina, we got some sun. But what I love to use, especially in the winter, is this Jergens Natural Glow. And let me see, this is Wet Skin Moisturizer. I have it in medium to deep. And I'm telling you, I've put on self-tanners before, and you have to be so careful because it can get streaky if you don't blend it in just perfect, and it can look uneven, and I don't like that kind of fake tan look. It just is too fake for me. You put it on in the shower. You take your shower. When you turn the water off, your body's still wet. You put this on. It's a white cream. I just put a little bit in each hand, and then I just, go over my arms, my chest, my legs, and whatever. It just gives you a hint of color. In no way does it look like you have a tanner on. It doesn't look fake. It's not too dark. It's not orange. It's nothing but just a little bit of healthy looking skin. Just a little color. And I love it. So, of course, I'll be having this on. Now, something that is fairly new to me, it's maybe been 2 months since I got this. This is my third one. It's a Vaseline Golden Hour Glow. Have you all seen this? Oh my goodness. It's ultra hydrating lipids and 100% pure cocoa butter shimmering oil. Now, it's not glittery. At my age, I couldn't wear glitter, and I wouldn't want to anyhow. But it just has a sheen to it. And I love it. It feels good. It looks good. It gives you a healthy look. I'll put just a drop on here to show you. So it has that little bit of color to it. But when you rub this in, oh my goodness. Because it's made by Vaseline, it's so hydrating and it sinks into the skin. And then you just get this little bit of subtle glow to your skin. And what I do is mix it in with whatever body lotion I'm using. And from before, I used to do empties videos every month. And I was called the lotion queen. I love body lotions. Not expensive ones, not because of how they smell, but because of what they do to my skin and how they feel on my skin. And I usually wear any of the Niveas, Neutrogena's Gold Bond Crepe Corrector. Love that. This is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost. Always have one of these. But since we've been cold here this winter, my skin got extra dry. So I started using this Eucerin Intense Repair. But what I do is pump the lotion into my hand, and then I dump a few drops of this, rub it together, and put it on. Oh, it's wonderful. Let me know if you have tried this lotion. It's just, I can't say enough about it. Now here's something I picked up so I could smell good if I dance with people at the wedding. And you know I'll be dancing. I'm not a perfume person. Usually perfumes bother me, not like they used to, but they're kind of strong for me. And I don't like to have a scent enter the room before I do. I would just like something subtle that if you're close to me, you know, makes me smell good. Well, this is Vanilla Amber and it's by Sand and Fog. They make candles that I buy, and they make oils, essential oils for diffusers. I love Sand and Fog. Well, I guess they just came out with this. I found it at Marshall's for, looks like $14.99. And it's a roller ball, and that's what I like also. So you unscrew the lid, and it's a roller ball, and it just has just a soft vanilla scent. And it's not too much, so I can roll that kind of in this area. So, you know, if you're dancing with me, you're going to think I smell really good. So now I'll talk a little bit about makeup, because I'll definitely be wearing some for the wedding. I don't wear foundation. I don't like foundation. I wear just a tinted sunscreen. This is the Neutrogena Mineral Tinted Sunscreen. I have the shade medium here. In the summer, I wear the deep. It's an SPF 30, and it's so lightweight. It's messy though. I mean, the bottle gets really messy, but let me just put a little piece on here so you can see it. But it's thin. You don't feel like you have anything caked on your face. I hate that feeling. So that's what it looks like. I don't know if that shows up. I'll rub it in. So it's just enough to give my face a little color, but like I said, it doesn't look makeup-y. It doesn't settle in any of the lines and wrinkles and lip lines and these lines and all the lines. It does not settle in them, where most makeup or foundation products do. So I'll be wearing that, and then I'll probably wear a peach-colored blush. I have a couple, so I'm sure I can find something that I already have. You know, pink's my favorite color, but I think peach will look better with the color of my dress. And then I'll wear some kind of peach-colored lipstick. Not too light, not too dark, just very neutral. You know, I don't like that makeup-y look. So that'll be it for my face. Now let's talk about eyebrows. I don't do anything with my eyebrows. I don't have them shaped or arched or anything. I'll pluck if there's anything in here or right here, but I don't know how to shape them, and I just never even think about eyebrows. I know some people are real particular. They spend so much time on their brows. I'm not one of them. But I do use an eyebrow pencil to fill in. It's sparse at the beginning of these two brows. So I use this brow pencil. I think it's Brow Cessive by Wet n Wild. Anyhow, I have it in the shade taupe, I think. And I'll just, you know, try to color that in right there. But the rest of my eyebrows, I'm getting some white hairs in my eyebrows. Not a lot, but I can see a couple. And I don't want to pull them out. So I got this Maybelline locket for brows. I got a new one here because this one is getting low. But here's what it is. And I really, really like this. It's just like a tinted, I don't know, gel or something, but it holds your brows in place. So if you kind of brush them up or over or whatever, they're there until you wash it off at night. It will not come off. It doesn't fade. It's locked in. I guess that's why it's called Locket. Well, no, it's not called Locket. It's called Super Lock. This is what happens when I don't put my glasses on. Maybelline Super Lock. If you've ever tried it and you like it as much as I do, let me know. I bought an eyeliner, which again, I don't wear eyeliner. This is by Revlon. Let me see what it's called. Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner in bronze. I think bronze goes really well with this kind of champagne gold. And I'm going to be lining my upper waterline, like at the base of my lashes. And this is the perfect color. I'll show you right here. So it's not dark. It's not too light. I think it'll be just fine. Now let's hope I know how to do that, to get that eyeliner at the very base of my eyelashes. I'm not an eyeshadow girl either. So my niece was here visiting my brother-in-law Ken, her dad, for a couple days last week, and we went shopping. We went in Ulta, which I hate that store. I never go in there. But I was looking for sort of a bronze, kind of light bronze eyeshadow just to put on my eyelids. And I can't wear anything sparkly and, you know, all that stuff. I'm way too old for that. It doesn't look right. It just shows every wrinkle you have and all the crepiness. I've got plenty. So they had a display right when we walked in, and it's by Morphe. I've never had anything by Morphe. I'm just a drugstore girl. And we looked at it, and my niece said, oh, those colors will be perfect. And I thought, this is going to be expensive. I'm not spending money on eyeshadow. And she was trying to, you know, convince me to get it. And she was swatching the shades and, you know, doing like this and showing me. So I said, well, if it's under $20, I'll get it. But even that is too much for me. It was $13. Yay, that worked. So what I'll do is take this lightest shade, you can barely see it, and I'll, you know, just lightly put that over my eyelid. And then this kind of bronzy color, I don't know if I can use that or not. You know, I wanted to put something kind of up here. They say if you put it up by your brow bone in the crease, it opens your eyes up more. But again, that looks a little dark for me. So if I can find a way to get it on very lightly, then I will. And it's kind of a satin finish, so nothing shiny. And this is the part that I wanted. I didn't care about putting something in the crease and all that stuff. I wanted something for my eyelid, just right by my lashes. And this, let me find a finger here, is really pretty. Can you see that? It's this finger right here. It's a gold and cream mix. It's kind of like a, I don't know, a light bronze with a golden highlight, a cream highlight. It's not shiny or shimmery, but it's not flat matte. So I think it'll work. And the last makeup product I have is mascara. Now, I have tubes of black mascara. I've been wanting to switch over to brown because I think black is just too harsh, at least for me at my age and my hair color and everything. But, I didn't want to have to buy brown when I have so many black mascaras. But I bit the bullet and bought this one by L'Oreal Lash Paradise. And it's called Latte Brown. I don't know if you can tell, but it's such a soft, warm brown. That's what I really love about the color. You can almost kind of tell from the tube. It's not like a dark, dark brown or a brownish black or anything. I put it on today. Can you tell? Now, I only put one coat on, and for the wedding, I'll do 2 coats. It is not waterproof. That's the only thing. And I have never worn a waterproof mascara, ever, because I don't wear it that often. And then I heard that it's real hard to get off. So I didn't want to take the chance of ever trying one, especially as I got older, because my eyelashes are sparse and fragile and that kind of thing. But I so love this mascara. And I know I'll be crying at the wedding because my baby is getting married. So if any of you have a recommendation for a brown, not a dark blackish brown, but more of a medium brown mascara that's waterproof, that can come off easily, please let me know because I am totally clueless. And I even wonder, is there some kind of clear waterproof something you can put over the mascara? Because I really want to wear this color. I'm sure I'll wear my hair up. I got this pack of these little clips from Amazon, and I'm going to practice this week. See, they're very tiny. They're little claw clips, and they're clear. And I wear my hair pulled up, quite often, most of the time. But I wanted to do something just a little nicer looking. So I thought maybe I could take pieces, just take a few chunks here and there, and just kind of loosely, weave them in and out the back of my head and stick these claw clips in to hold each little clump. And maybe I could do something like that. Well, I was going to show you a few just odd and end miscellaneous things, but I'm afraid this video's getting too long. So I'll end it with just what I got for the wedding. But please help me out any way that you can. Any advice, tips on the colors, on shoes, on the mascara, anything. I'll take it. Now I'm going to leave you with an inside beauty tip. My inside beauty tip comes from 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. I absolutely love this scripture, but I have fallen short of this many times throughout my life. Now, I'm not doing a scripture reading at Tristan and Mellie's wedding. I'm doing a prayer, but I'm basing my prayer with this scripture in mind. I want their love to be rooted in the love described here in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. Now, Maybe many people think of this scripture when it comes to a wedding because it's all about love and everything. But I'm telling you, this scripture is not specific just for a wedding. This is how we're supposed to live our everyday life. This is how we're supposed to love people every day in our lives. I don't know about you, but I have fallen short many, many times in so many areas. You know, it says love is not easily angered and it records no wrongs. Well, I can tell you, I've been wronged by many people throughout my life, and you probably have too. And there was a time where I did record the wrongs. They were fresh in my mind. I wasn't going to have anything to do with that person because I would never forget what they did to me. I would hold it against them and carry a grudge. Thankfully, with age and wisdom, I see the light. I no longer feel that way. I no longer record wrongs. I no longer get easily angered. I no longer boast. So there are many areas that I have improved in, but I could improve so much more. Could you imagine if we all, I mean everybody in the world, everybody we came in contact, neighbors, strangers, friends, family, everything, if they all took this scripture verse to heart and worked at it every day? Can you imagine what that kind of love would feel like in your heart? You know, if you build on it each and every day, in whatever ways you can, we're never going to be perfect. But once you build up that kind of love for others, you're not going to be so quick to be envious of somebody or something. You know, you might once in a while, but more often than not, you don't feel that way. I strive every day to be rooted in the love that's described in this scripture. I fail many times, but the important thing is I'm conscious of it. I know what love is. It's described for me, word for word, right here in 1 Corinthians 13. And as long as I keep that in the forefront of my mind, I know that when I come to my final day, I'm going to have a heart full of love. And I know it'll be very pleasing to the Lord. I thank you so much for being here today. I truly do appreciate it. And until we meet again, this is the old girl signing out. See ya.